While the church claims loyalty to a higher authority, other disputes are of the more down-to-earth variety. In West Sussex, the sound of the hunting horn calls to the battlefield two opposing sides who will never see eye to eye.
Hey, ow! Don't do that, please. You don't mind? Hey. Get off me. That fox is still alive.
Still alive.
Get off him, you bloody barbaries.
He's still alive.
Bullet.
Put it in your coat.
Bullet.
Simon, get it in your coat.
Here, go in.
When they get dressed in the morning and they put on their hunting gear and they look in the mirror, they are actually looking at the face of someone who's going out purely for the pleasure of hunting an animal and seeing it being ripped apart.
There's no question in my mind that there is an instinct in all of us to want to hunt. I think it is nature's way, something that still gives me goose pimples when I see a pack of hounds chase a fox.
You do get this sadistic element who enjoys the thrill of the chase. He has a frightened little animal fleeing in front of him with palpitating heart. Not his life at stake, but another.
Why are you so ashamed of what you do? Why have you got to hide it away?
Jane and Simon Wilde are possibly the most committed hunt saboteurs in the country. For the last 15 years, they have been playing cat and mouse with the Chiddingfold, Beaconsfield and Cowdray hunt.
Jane and Simon Wilde, that's two names to bring a cause for concern in every fox hunter's face in Sussex. They're two very intelligent people. They are trying to do me out of my job, out of my home, and they're also trying to do all my colleagues out of their houses and homes. Because if they're successful, we don't have two bones about it. We're out of jobs.
I first came to this hunt country 3 years ago. I encountered two saboteurs in particular, Jane and Simon Wilde. The feeling I got of intimidation and what are you doing here, I then reversed to say, well, what are they doing here to tell me I shouldn't be doing this? So I may have been wavery 3 years ago about fox hunting generally, but they made me more robust.
In a perfect world, we would rather go fox hunting without any saboteurs at all. But we're guaranteed to have saboteurs in Sussex, so how do we perform the task of hunting?
Alan and Mike set out under cover of darkness, their destination a closely kept secret. As they prepare for one of the first hunts of the season, so too do Jane and Simon.
Early cub hunting, we set our alarm at 3:10 in the morning. And the reason for that is we've got to get out, get up by the hunt and be following one of the vehicles.
Hello?
Someone's on it.
Right. Yeah, we'll be with you in about 10 minutes. Well, maybe about a quarter of an hour. OK. Yep, see you soon.
We've got to get up there and be in position because we don't exactly know where they're going to be, and without giving too many of our tactics away, we have people in different positions, and come 6 o'clock we're there ready to turn up at the meet and get going.
You got that.
The start of what the hunt hopes will be a glorious day's sport. But experience tells them that disruption is just around the corner.
We know that we're going to have the presence of saboteurs today, so what we're going to do is adjust our thinking into the way that we hunt.
Now that the hunters have become the hunted, they must outwit both fox and saboteurs.
We've lost them completely when we're down there, because it's fairly flooded down there, isn't it? Yeah.
There's this psychological thing between them and us. It is a battle of wits. But at the same time, you know, we're out there trying to save the life of a fox and they're out there trying to kill a fox.
But over the years, mind games have often led to ugly encounters, with fear and intimidation on both sides.
I don't think
Several years ago, when I first came down to Sussex, the violence was quite bad then, and I counted 120 youths,
Don't touch me!
all dressed in black, all with black balaclavas on, and carrying sticks. That is an awesome sight.
All right, listen. Listen. Hey! Oi!
Why is it allowed in a field in southern England? Why don't they try doing it in the City of London? I know exactly what would happen. They'd be arrested on the spot, and yet they're not arrested in good old England.
They want to portray us as anarchists and as terrorists. But basically, there's a simple reason as to why people wear balaclavas. You get one warning of trespass, and then on your second warning, you end up being dragged off and sitting in police cells for the day. Now, people who have bothered to get up, go out on that hunt with the intention of saving that fox, do not want to end up sitting in police cells for 6-8 hours.
We don't bother by and large, because even if we wore a balaclava mask, the police would say, hello, Simon, or hello, Jane.
Come on! Push them off, Tim. Push them off. You can't even blow the horn yet, Rosie. There you go.
Once again, Simon and Jane have tracked down their quarry.
Yes, we kill foxes. So what? Why do they make such a big issue of it? They can walk through Tesco's, anywhere, and see dead animals. Why is it such a big issue if it's a dead fox?
It's not that they're going back to actually eat the animal because they're hungry, they're starving. They are killing it for fun, and that is totally and morally wrong.
The hunting horn is a professional hunting horn, very much like they're using, and we just mimic their calls exactly as best we can.
Simon Wilde blows a hunting horn. Not very well, actually. I think probably came to see the huntsman of the Chittenden Neck. Maybe we could give him some lessons, perhaps, but I think he needs to sharpen up on his horn blowing quite considerably.
We use an amplified sound of hounds in cry, taping the hounds and then playing it back. And we find that sometimes is spectacularly successful in drawing the hounds to us.
Very, very rarely does it work. I think it affects us humans more than it does the hounds. It's a dreadful nuisance. But after you've been down here a few years, you get used to it and you just think, oh God, there's the tape again.
How's that fox going to get out of here? Look at that fence there. They'll never get through that. That fox will never escape out of that fence. You're very clever and evil, aren't you, to allow the hunt to take place in here, aren't you? That fox will never get through that. You've got it practically in a cage. Let's be evil. Let's be evil.
To keep them keen, the hounds are not fed in the hours before the hunt. But the saboteurs have learned to turn that to their advantage.
She's feeding the hounds, which is she shouldn't be doing.
Get on.
And it's an offence to spray the hounds with that stuff.
You wouldn't spray the house with that stuff. Use your
This girl
nozzle.
here with the red tape was arrested last year for spraying hounds.
I don't think so. Get your facts right.
At the moment, they're trapped in some rabbit-proof fencing in a lot of this area, so it's not hunting in a natural state. They can't get through different areas. So we've just got to try and outwit him at the moment and see what we can get up there. Jane, the bulk of them are over there. Let's get over with his horn.
The hunt back off. A fenced-in fox isn't fair game. Meanwhile, it's not only the hunt who are annoyed by the saboteurs' tactics.
These people have upset my cattle with their tape recordings. I've asked them to stop and they've just abused me.
What about the hunt? What about them coming across the land?
They're doing a job. There's no reason why they can't come. I'm a sheep. I've got livestock. I've got sheep. I need the foxes controlled.
That woman that came over started shouting at us. I mean, she rides with the hunt. I mean, basically, she allows the hunt on her land to hunt. She has no right to complain about us causing distress to her animals. She allows the hunt to come on her land.
Whilst Jane was distracted, the hunt seized the opportunity to slip away.
So he's actually going over south. We can't get across. There's been really heavy rain here, and I mean, basically it's flooded. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually try and head back onto the road and go round to check that he has gone to the meet, and then that's it. But as far as we're concerned, we've done well today. I mean, there's been no kill, and that's it. That's what we're here for. So.
You're going to put the deck down for us, John. Hold up, Mike, Mike, Mike.
Yes, they do spoil it, but you know, you can't allow it to stop you.
Oh, puppy.
We're not beaten. Not yet.